What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our brand new show. My boy Raidhyn and myself have come up with the idea of, we should do something special for the AFGC, mostly like Blazblue oriented and stuff. We should be doing a show, kind of recapping everything. Yeah, right? We should be kind of recapping, events, news, anything exciting happening right now. And there's a lot of things happening right now, very exciting things. So we decided to come together.
There's so many things happening. That's the thing. I feel like the anime communities, they're always up to something. There's just not enough people talking about it. So, that's why we're going to talk about it.
Exactly. We got a lot of things to talk about, actually. There's so much crap going on, actually, with CEOtaku being this weekend. With the new characters, the two new characters that have been announced for cross tag battle, and just cross tag battle in general, really. Of course, the Blazblue 2.0 patch has been out. It's been out for a couple weeks now, and I'm excited for that. We're gonna be doing like predictions for like CEOtaku, what characters gonna be coming to cross tag battle. You're gonna hear all of our thoughts. I'm excited, and that's pretty much what you're gonna be expecting from this show from now on. We're not gonna be doing it very consistently, and I think if there's news,
kind of play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. Exactly. That's a good, very good plan right there. But let's get the show on the road. So first of all, I want to be talking about this new Blazblue patch. The big Blazblue CF2.0. The one that introduced Jubei, that brought us all of our it brought us some balance changes. Maybe not everything we wanted. I mean, Kusanite still plus on block somehow, but things changed, and that was big. It was the first time they've ever done a patch instead of giving us a whole new box to buy. Yeah. Which was like pretty huge in my opinion. The last time they did this was what? When CS came out, CS to CS2? I think that's the last time that it's ever happened.
And that was ages ago.
That was a long time ago. They went from CS1 to CS2, and then they brought out CSEX. And yes, I'm calling it CSEX because why not? Abbreviations. It's great. We have this patch, and let me tell you, I'm really liking it. This is one of the better patches that I've seen in a fighting game, to be honest, because it really brought some top tier characters down and some lower tier characters up. Kind of like
it was like that. I think it was kind of what a lot of people were hoping for with what you described, right? Like just giving like enough nudges in the correct direction without completely rewriting everything like we've seen in like the version iterations, right? Because that was my big fear. I was like, man, I spent all year training hard, learning this one character, like buckling down, trying to get good. Do not change my routes. Please do not change my routes.
You know how sad I was. Did you play Chrono Phantasma?
I played CPEX, yeah.
Okay, you play CPEX.
Played CPEX.
So I started in CP Vanilla. CP Vanilla to CPEX was like, it destroyed me because it rerouted my whole character. Noelle used to be beautiful. Mwah, it was gorgeous. I fell in love with her. But all of a sudden, they rerouted like literally everything about her. Yeah,
and it was the same thing they did in Calamity Trigger to Continuum Shift. Like, it was this huge drastic thing. And so like I feel like because they left most of what was previously there for a lot of characters intact, they just introduced new things. Like that's kind of been what I've been hearing from most of the community is like, oh, well, this got changed slightly. This stupid thing we used to have is gone. But everything's more or less the same, and we have some new options now. We got some new choices. Yeah, which is really cool. I think that's a neat way to do a patch. And like largely, like I'll be like totally honest with you because Tsubaki only got adjusted slightly. She's got new stuff. Her B hammer isn't +2 on block anymore. It's only 0. It's only even on block, so you can match out of that shit now.
That's nothing.
You can match out of that shit. My character's totally fine. She's got more damage, chargeless. She's beautiful. So honestly, I just been like messing around with Jubei like this whole time.
Jubei is really cool. We'll talk about him too.
He's cool.
Ooh, that's a good one. We'll talk about him too. Well, actually, let's get into let's see like who do you main? So who do you play? First of all, let's talk about this.
I main Tsubaki 100%. Okay. The other handful of characters I play Susanoo. And I play Mai, but both of them are kind of more like casual level at this point. Like I know combos of those characters. Right?
Yeah, like
I can go. I can
characters that you have a grasp on. Yeah, character you have the grasp on. So go ahead.
Yeah, and then aside from that, it's like I loosely know how everybody in the roster works, but I wouldn't hop into a match with any of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like Tsubaki, Susanoo, Mai, and then I've been messing with Jubei since he came out because he's just so freaking cool.
He's so awesome, right?
He's got some challenges. He's got some challenges in neutral, like, but he is just cool as hell. Like from a design standpoint, like he's just sick.
That's one of the things I was really happy about Jubei. Just aesthetically, the character's dope. Gameplay wise, the character's sick. In terms of like hype level, that character can be really explosive sometimes because he's got like that install. He's got some crazy mix-ups.
Yeah, the install is super cool. The mix-ups are cool. And like the people who actually know how to pressure with him just look like fierce as hell.
Yeah, and then
super cool.
One of the things that people have been just raving about is how he does so poorly at the arcades, and I think there's a couple of reasons why, and that mostly goes towards like his archetype. Here's the thing with Jubei. People have been asking, and then we'll both answer on this. I think it's just how's the character? Is the character like good? Is he bad? It's like it's really early right now still, but in my opinion, but we can give like a general consensus as to how the character's doing right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I think so. I'm in Atlanta, where our scene here is pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is home to Fame 96, who's known for being a net play
Lord
superstar.
Fame.
Like he wins all the time. Guy is a god. Like,
what else do you have other than Fame, by the way?
We've got Fame, Tectal Eastside, Nitro Noodles, myself, Natural Killer, that guy, Araragi the Vamp. Like we've got a big group of Blazblue players.
We got a very nice group.
Even Dot Nova will come play Blazblue with us when he's
Dot Nova.
People guilty here. So it's a pretty solid scene down here. But Fame is really good at like taking these characters that everyone says is like weak when they first start looking at it, because he did this with Susanoo when Susanoo dropped. Everyone was like, Susanoo's this trash character, like he's bad, he's bottom of the tier list, and like Fame takes the character and breaks it down and figures out how to make it work. And he's been doing a lot of that same stuff with Jubei since Jubei came out, and it's been really interesting comparing the way that he plays the character to everybody else right now, because he's already pushing the character to this different type of level based on like pressure and setups and all these other things. What I do when I see something like that, I'm just like, this character is just going to take time. Like, it's going to take time until the character's potential is realized, until the Oki is properly sorted out, until the pressure and the mind games have been like established by someone who is able to break things down like that, like somebody like Fame. Because I don't have the mind for that. Like, I don't. Like, I'm good at explaining basics,
and that's okay. when it
comes to like diving into a character and finding all the tech, like that's not my skill set. But I feel like Jubei is going to be a much stronger character after people have more time with him, because he's very pressure oriented. He's got all these rush down and neutral options for movement. And that's something that isn't as immediately obviously powerful as like when 9 came out last year, and everyone was just like, "Holy crap! What is this stupid character?"
That was
like
crazy.
9. She's got buttons that reach across the entire screen. She's got overheads from full screen. She's got full screen laser supers. She has all this stupid damage. Her combos are easy. Her setups are ridiculous. She's got hard to blockables. Like it's.
Hard to blockables. I love that.
hard to blockables, man. So like you see this stuff and you look at a character like 9, you're like, 9's fucking busted, man. Like she's what the hell.
Seriously.
Jubei's a lot
plus
more
22?
like,
what is that?
Right. So Jubei's on the other side of the spectrum, where I feel like his potential is a little bit more hidden, and so a lot of people, they tried him out, maybe dropped him because he's not easy to play. He doesn't have huge buttons like Mai. He doesn't have full screen nonsense like 9. He doesn't have huge buttons or big neutral like Ragnar or Jin. He doesn't have easy to use projectile. But I think he's going to be really good. I think it's just we need pioneers like Fame in the community and other people.
Seriously,
who are,
man.
Tech oriented to show the rest of us the way to play.
And that's how I freaking respect the crap out of people that can find tech with characters that like Fame, like like you said, like when Susanoo first came out, they're like, this character's trash, he's too slow, his dash has 1,000,000 frames of startup, and this and that. But then he took the character and started beating complete ass with him. And I'm just like, how is he doing this? I don't know how he's doing this at all.
It's crazy, man. Like, fighting against the man feels like fighting a brick wall. You know? and
how do I break
it's funny
him?
because, well, it's because the other character he plays is Terumi, right? Who's also been like traditionally considered low tier, and like he got top 8 at final round. Then the only reason he hasn't gotten top 8 in other places is because he's just not able to travel, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't want to make this conversation about fame.
Yeah.
But my point is that like there's some characters that are immediately obvious as to why they're good. Other characters, it just takes a little bit of time. And I think like I'm actually really hoping that at CEOtaku this weekend I get to see some Jubei.
That would be great.
I really hope that we get to see some Jubei at CEOtaku.
Which, however, you're going to be there, right?
Yes.
You're going to be there commentating and doing all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, CEOtaku has been on my like hit list all year long for stuff to do. So I'm going to be competing, going to be commentating, going to be doing some staff stuff on stream productions. So it's going to be good.
That's
Looking
awesome.
Forward to it.
Yeah, but Jubei, like my thoughts really on Jubei, just to quickly summarize, really, is that Jubei is in an interesting part of the tier list, in my opinion, or just like an interesting character because there's really not a character like Jubei out there. He's, of course, offensively, he's a bunch of archetypes mixed together. Like he's got Tao shenanigans and he's got like buttons, sort of like how Hibiki has them. Like they're not so much like short, but they're like in the middle of like stubby and like decent.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like Hibiki. And not just that, but like that character is really, if that character should be played only one way only, which if you want to be like a really good character and you want to succeed with a character, like tournament wise, you need to somehow have defensive options. Jubei is like one of those characters that his defensive options are probably the worst in the game.
Oh, they're ass. They're terrible.
He has the worst. Not just that, but he also has the ability to get like crouch comboed with any hit. Any hit, no matter what, because technically he's so short that he's technically crouching.
He's perma-crouching.
He's perma-crouching.
He has to block low like everybody else. He's got to block high low, but he's always considered crouching. So like for some characters like Bullet, for example, and Jin, like who have crouch combos, they just get all that extra damage for free. And you know, so and it's rough because like I like to play defensively when I can. Like I like to switch. I like to be able to swap back and forth.
Like tone it down a bit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I like to be like, all right, I'm in your face. I'm freaking you out. Now let's calm down. Hold on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a beer. It's cool. No, I mean
have a beer.
Like that's how I like to play. So and with Jubei, like you can't do that. He has no anti-air. He has no DP.
He really
his anti-air like is so bad. There's no invuln on it. Like it clashes with everything.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's just so you really have to play this incredibly pressure-oriented game with him.
No rest. You have to keep going in and out because if you're blocking at all with that character, you have the risk of being hit. And when you get hit when you're Jubei, that's it. It's lights out. It's game over. Might as well unplug. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. So like it's really hard to play Jubei, and I can see why people are considering him like on the lower side of the tier. But it's still can't rest, on those crazy offensive tools. I think he's got one of the best offensive tools like in the game, to be honest. It's not like Valkenhayn style like of mix-ups, but it's definitely very decent. And unlike Valkenhayn, he can actually like convert it into pretty decent damage too.
Yeah, he can. And I mean, he has some of those things. Like he's got instant overheads.
He does.
It's like nobody's using them yet because they don't really know how yet. Like he's got block strings with built-in mix-ups that are almost unseeable. Yep. He's got his 2B is +2 on block. Yeah. So he's got decent pressure range, and all this stuff. So like he's just, it takes a certain type of player to be able to play a character like that. And it takes a lot of confidence, like it. Yep. Because like Tsubaki's a fairly like rush down oriented character, right? Like she wants to be in your face, she wants to mix you up, she wants to do all of her block strings and stuff. And with Jubei, it's the same concept of like I want to make you block anything, so that I can put you into pressure until you crack. But if you're not the kind of player that's confident in putting down pressure and knowing how to reset pressure and all that stuff, like you're gonna have a terrible time with the character because he doesn't have like doesn't have win buttons.
He really
have like a.
Yeah, it's all just a series of reads for that character, really. He doesn't have like a win. Like he doesn't have a button where it's like, oh my god, this 6B. What is this? What's Susano's 6B? Something like that. He doesn't have a 6B.
It's like it's +3 on block. It hits like halfway across the screen. Like Susano's 5B is just about as good as Ragna's 5B. You know, like there's just great buttons on the character.
That's right.
You know,
which one is the double punch? 6B, right? Yeah. Okay.
6BB. So like it's I don't know. So Jubei he's a puzzle right now, and I'm really like I honestly like I haven't even gone into challenge mode with him. Like I played him once. I haven't gone just figured it out. Like no challenges. I haven't looked anything up yet. Like I'm playing him casually, having a lot of fun with the character because he does have some silly stuff that when it does work here and there,
this really feels so good too.
But like, you know, I'm looking forward to like a few more weeks from now. Like a lot of that tech is going to be outlined. There's going to be some hardcore things to practice. You know, and I might give the character more of a fair shot.
Yeah,
add him to that stable of people awesome. I like to play.
Yeah, he's just a lot of fun. He's just a ton of fun. He's overall a great character. If anybody's ever thinking about picking up Jubei or even buying him, please do, because he's a great character. We need more characters like him. Of course, there's other characters I'd like other than Jubei, but that's beside the point. He's a sick character. Pick him up if you are interested in him. But yeah, that's pretty much Jubei. What do you think of your character, your Tsubaki? What do you think of your character, your buffed character?
Yeah, my buffed character, man. She's, you know, bigger damage, meterless. She's got actual crouching launcher now. Like,
isn't that crazy?
Tsubaki basically got like some of her really high end damage got tapered down a bit. Her hammer, her non-charge hammer, is no longer plus on block. That's really the only bad things that happened. Everything else was like slightly raised meterless damage. So like previously, without meter, Tsubaki could only get 2.8 off of a mid-screen combo, period. Like,
which really isn't as bad as like, people say it is, to be honest.
No, that's terrible. Do not lie to me. 2.8 optimal. 2.8 optimal meterless, man. Like,
okay,
Bullet gets 4K mid-screen and Bullet's trash tier. Or at least she was before this.
She needs heat though. She needs heat though, right?
She does. But
so that's why I'm like
beside the point. Don't correct me while I'm
okay. No, you're good. You're good.
Oh shit. So yeah, it's like Tsubaki is fine. Like she got more damage. She got a couple new routes. Some of the things that were a little weird with her got kind of cleaned up. Like her 6BB air hits.
I heard about that.
Made like a little bit more stable. So like previously it used to be like if you tagged somebody with 6BB as they were like just off the ground, like let's say they had just jumped a little bit, so that they were technically in an airborne state. 6BB would just like it would just drop like after the 6BB.
Just like
you couldn't combo it into anything.
Even on counter hit, right? Or on counter hit, you can still get a combo.
Yeah. So no, like it was just if you hit somebody, they were airborne with it. It just wasn't happening, and they fixed that. You know, so
now you can get a combo,
quality
full
of life
combo
things like that, which is cool. 3cc auto corrects now. So the
3cc is her slide, right?
Yeah. So the second portion of the slide, she'll actually turn if you jump over the slide.
So an auto correct super easy.
Yeah, and there's actually Oki setups off of it now that cross under. It's dirty as shit.
Oh boy.
It's dirty stuff. Yeah. So honestly, like I've been since CF2 came out. Like I originally was like, oh man, when this new version comes out, I'm gonna like grind really hard. My character CEOtaku is around the corner. Like honestly, I've just been like playing Jubei and chilling, making guides and stuff. Like just having a good time.
Yeah, the patch is overall a good patch. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've heard like little to no, like there's been some complaints where people are like, oh man, I can't believe like my character didn't get more buffs, but I haven't heard anyone go like my character got destroyed. I have to switch off of, you know, Izayoi is now trash tier. Like, you know, nobody's out there saying anything like that, you know, so it's I'm really excited to see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited too. My character got overall, she got buffed, of course, no nerfs whatsoever. She got buffed. She was considered.
We're talking about
Noelle.
We're talking about Noelle, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Noelle. Yeah, the waifu, the ultimate waifu for me, of course. Well, both my waifus really got buffed in this version. S and Noelle both got buffed. I think S received a very, very, very minimal buff to her fireballs, but that's like not even important really. The Noelle buffs actually make her a pretty decent character now because of 2 specific buffs. Okay, she's got a list of buffs, but you know,
Explain.
like the 2 buffs that really make her a pretty prominent character is her 6A buff, which is when it's on hits, it actually floats less, and it's jump cancelable on block. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's jump cancelable on block now. She only had 5B and 5A that would jump cancelable on block. Before she had 6C, but 6C is trash tier now compared to other games. It's really, really bad now.
So I'm visualizing the right move. 6A is her like anti-air forward kick looking thing.
That's right. Okay. That's her anti-air. Her main anti-air, which is, to be honest, as an anti-air is not the best. It does its job, but you know, sometimes it fails miserably. But yeah, it's jump cancelable on block now, and it floats less on hit, which means that I can get a my mid-screen combos are actually better now because I can hit like a regular like 2A, 2B into 6A, and then I can go into 5D. Yeah. I can go into 5D straight up after that. So it creates better combos, new routes, and it's really, really good. Corner carries, all that good stuff. And of course, the big buff that everyone hates. Her new 4D, her old 4D is back. Frame 1 body invul. So now if you ever try to 5B me, if you ever try to do a grounded overhead on me, I will 4D the crap out of you. I will 4D that shit so hard. And I will get past it just like that.
But it's still throw vulnerable.
It's still throw vulnerable, and you can still catch it low, and it's not head invul either. So people make it out to be as like this god button, and it used to be back in the CS days. It was like head invul and body invul. It was something ridiculous like that. So she can anti-air with it or something like that. I didn't play the CS days, so I missed out. So she has this new the new frame 1 invul back when it's back at CP status. She used to have it like that. So like characters like Azrael, characters like Kagura, characters like Ragnar are all of a sudden a little easier because I can just straight up 4D straight through their Wyvern or their Ragnar's 5B or Azrael's 6D. Any of those
whatever
buttons.
Those annoying meaty setups are.
Exactly. Those gone. Done. And but of course that creates bad habits, and you see just people mashing 4D, and you know I welcome those people. Welcome. Yeah, 4D.
That's okay.
Just
we
4D
want
way.
you here so that I can run up and grab you for 3K and toss you in the corner at the same time.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, overall that she got buffed. S got buffed too, but I don't really want to get into S because her changes are weird. They're weird, and they make up new routes. Of course, her S's best buff is of course her 5C buff, which has less recovery and it floats less on hit, which creates new routes and more damage. So that's for the most part. That's that. Oh, and her install lasts longer, so that's cool.
Nice.
So that's overall. I think the Blaze Green. I call it the Blaze Green patch because seriously,
I'm familiar.
They slapped green everywhere on the main title. I'm like, oh, let's blaze it up, Blaze Green. So, yeah, the new 2.0 patch is great. I love it. I'm having a great time with it, and all that good stuff. So it's a lot of fun. On to the next thing, really, that I want to get into. Is of course the much anticipated, everyone wants to see more of this game, is Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. We recently had, you know, of course the 2 new characters revealed, Yosuke and Lin, which is, you know, of course I think these characters were like not necessarily like they were definitely like on everybody's they're gonna be in the game list.
Yeah, they're just like. It's one of those things, like, I always refer to them as box characters, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're a character that's ever been big on the box. There's a good chance that they're going to show up in some sort of cross game, you know, because they're those, like, iconic, recognizable ones. And Lin actually, like, for the brief period of time I tried to play you, Neil, and failed miserably, Lin was, like, one of my favorite characters because she's cool. Just super cool. She had triple jumps. She's a, you know...
Crazy, weird. She's like super old, isn't she? She's like super old. She's like 1,000 years old.
It was good stuff. So I was excited to see that, especially like how good the animation is translating over is just like
it's looking really nice. So far.
Look good. It looks good.
Of course it needs to be polished up, but we're like before even like pre-alpha. I think we're like we're not even halfway done with getting through the alpha right now. Apparently there's going to be like some gameplay shown or like something's going to be happening in October. hopefully like they'll be showing off like maybe a new character. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe even new gameplay, or maybe even the Ruby characters. And that's what I'm really excited about in Cross Tag Battle. But before we get into that, let's talk about like Yosuke and Lin. What do you think of those characters? How does that, you've seen the trailer? How do you think they look?
I think Lin looks dope.
Translating over.
But I've always liked how Lin looks, and what I really like is how well they've done kind of the hit effects from Yu Neil. Like Yu Neil's always had like a ton of like really cool like hit stop and these big arcing slashes on all their attacks that just makes the game look really
pretty,
really unique. And very pretty. Like the big reason why I picked it up in the first place was like it just looks so nice. So Lin I think looks really cool, translates really well. Yosuke, like, man, like I'm less excited about him just because like
I think everyone's less excited except for like maybe Greek Angel. Greek Angel's probably jizzing his pants right now.
He's over there. He's like, yeah, I have more things to throw, just like they. But like Yosuke, he's like he's another one of those box art reasons, right? Like Yosuke, everybody knows from Persona 4 Arena and Persona 4 Golden, and like he was an important character in that series and all this stuff. But like I just didn't really care for him in Persona 4 Arena, and so I'm like his style was just weird, you know, and I didn't care much for like a lot of his animations and stuff. So it's like I understand why they're putting him in. Like I would have decided to put him in too, but I'm less excited about him. Yeah,
and it's one of those. By the way, before we get into it, just on a little side note, do you remember his DP? Yosuke's DP?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like the best thing ever? No, it wasn't. I'm just kidding. So let's not talk about that actually. So anyways, Yosuke actually, it was on my list of characters that I did not want to see right now. Maybe later down the line they could have like put him in or something like that. But right now, after so long, like from Evo to now, what has it been, like 3 months or something like that? Or maybe 2 months. 2 months or something.
About 2 months, yeah.
Been about 2 months. I like wanted to see at least a Ruby trailer. I think a Ruby trailer would have been more appropriate because they teased her, of course, in the reveal. At Evo, and
we haven't really seen any gameplay or anything.
We haven't seen anything of the new characters, and you know what? If they would have revealed Yosuke, Lin, and Ruby, that would have been an incredible trailer. I would have liked it. They did Jin, which they didn't really show off too much in the reveal trailer. Lin, Yosuke, and then Ruby. That would have been an amazing trailer, of course. Oh, by the way, they revealed Jin as well. Wow. Look at that. Right. Another one of those box characters. So
it's like, yep, exactly. I mean, that's kind of what I'm expecting with this. You know, like a lot of people with when it got announced at Evo, they started going into all these like crazy speculations. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, man, put in Arakune, put in Merkava, like Arakune Merkava team, like let's go.
Yeah,
you know, like,
exactly.
Put in like the zaniest characters. It's like. And like I'm over here and I'm like, look guys, I hate to be the old ass man who fucking works in video games. I'm fucking sorry, but look, like they're gonna do the box art characters first, like the most important characters.
First and foremost.
That's where they have to start, you know. And that's why I expect we'll see Noelle.
Huh?
Like I'm
waiting for that trailer.
We're gonna see Noelle.
I'm waiting for that trailer.
It's why I think we're gonna see Hakumen.
That'd be a badass character.
Actually, like. I was thinking about this, like, if you just go and download Blazblue Revolutionary Burning or whatever it's called, the mobile game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's actually legit. Like, if you haven't played it, it's actually a legit mobile game.
I tried it out a little bit, and it's like, it's whatever. But I'll get back into it. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanboy, okay? So, yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Nice. So if you look at the roster in that, you'll see that they took the most iconic characters, the original CT cast. And that's where they started.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay.
And even then, the wacky characters like Rachel and Arakune were like last. Like they got patched in like way later, right? Because they're just not as like they're just not as core to the series as Ragna, Jin, Hakumen, Tager. Like the ones that like where you see them and you immediately go like, oh, that's Blazblue, even if you've never played the game before.
Yeah, you've seen them somewhere at least.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to continue to see. Like I'm hoping for really cool stuff. Like the character I like the most from Unio was Yuzi. I don't know how to say her name properly.
Who?
Yuzuriha.
Yuzuriha. Yuzuriha.
Yuzuriha.
That's my wife.
Yuzuriha.
Yeah, it's Yuzuriha.
She's dope.
Yeah.
she's any woman who carries a sword and practices Iato, like I'm all about. So like, yes, give me that. Give me lots of that. I doubt we're gonna see her. Like I don't think we will. Like it's very likely we're gonna see a whole bunch of other more iconic Unial people before we get her as a character. So I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But it's also something for me where like the amount of hype that has been going around like Dragon Ball compared to Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, like just makes me worried about Tag Battle, because I'm like, no, Team Blue is gonna be left in the dust again. Again. Gets all the credit and excitement.
I really hope they don't play it safe. They just do like the regular, roster, all that good stuff. I want them to be a little ballsy and start like getting like crazy, like. Of course, like everyone wants a Persona 5 arena, okay? And then with this game coming out, like I'm like, you know what? Make this be like a little platform kind of leading up to Persona 5 arena. Put in like
I want Futaba. Give us Futaba.
Yeah,
let's go.
You want that. You want a bunch of characters, You want Joker, like whatever, all the other characters. Asshole, what's his name? Freaking the asshole. What's his name? Ryuji, that's his name.
Ryuji.
Yeah. I call him. I have like labels for like each one.
Let's bring him in. Yeah. Have Makoto come in and beat people up with their their school papers and everything.
Yeah, their school papers. Yeah. How sick would that be?
Like you could just create a Persona 5 team where like you just have like a different assist. You have Joker as the out, and then you have when he's back in the assist, you could have the whole.
Imagine,
like there's all sorts of zany stuff you could do with it, right? So I'm hoping we see some more of that sets it apart, because like if it's just a battle of IPs, right? Like you've got Dragon Ball on this one side, and then you've got Blazblue, Unial, and Ruby over here. Like Dragon Ball is gonna just drown it out.
Of course,
unless the game has something else to offer besides just like, hey, we're mashing up all these IPs you love.
Exactly.
So like I'm looking forward to it. Like I've never been much of a team battle fighter.
I've never been into Marvel. Battle,
yeah, like I never got into Marvel really. Like I played Skullgirls a little bit, but not that much. But BlazBlue Tag Battle is going to be really awesome for BlazBlue fans, and like I've been playing this game since it came out.
Yeah.
With breaks, but like, I'm excited to see what it's going to be like. I just hope that it doesn't get completely forgotten,
drowned out by Team Red like it usually does.
Yep.
So I hope it does that. So let's hold on. So first of all, let's kind of talk about the systems they've so far brought in the game. I don't know if you've done like a breakdown or I've seen the trailer in depth, but I have, and there's some interesting things that they're trying to do in this game that I'm like, really? All right, sounds good.
Break it down for me, because I have not investigated as deep as you probably have.
Right now, first of all, like the HUD right now is very, very basic. Of course, it's pre-alpha, and that's probably how it's gonna be up until the release. Hopefully, they'll do a few changes, like some colors. Of course, the HUD looks good, but at the same time looks kind of bland. So I hope they kind of revamp it. Of course, there is the 2 meters. There's 2 meters right now. There is the regular meter, which seems to be maxing out at 3, which is weird. Hopefully, they'll fix that, because 3 meters for like a tag game seems kind of like, why? So, and there's another meter, and we have theorized that this other meter at the very bottom is the tag meter. There's a tag meter in this game. So, like, to tag in, there's going to be assists in this game, and how they're probably going to be doing it. We're speculating. So I did it with like my chat and everything, and we're speculating it's either going to be they're going to be coming out for assists or whatever, and you can actually choose to actually use it as a regular assist, or you can just hold the button to actually leave them out and actually have a tag in. So you're going to be using 50 meters of that tag in bar, the 50 meters, and it's going to be either, you can use it as an assist, or you can use it as an assist and then leave them out just like that. And that'll be switching
I think
out.
something like that would be really cool, because like the rules for a 2v2 tag game become very different from 3v3, right?
Yep.
Like, because whoever else is on your team is like twice as important. So seeing a system like that would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's for assists, but I'm pretty sure that like tag outs, regular tag outs are going to be free. They're not going to cost anything. But if you want to continue a combo, you're going to have to use an assist somehow and leave them out for that. Leave them out, or just continue the combo with the character that you called in the assist with. So there's that, of course. There's also like there's this weird thing that a distortion or like whatever the super that they're using in the trailer is actually costing 2 meters, and the DHC cost 1 meter, which I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't it be the other way around? If just it should be like distortions or whatever they're called.
I wonder if they're doing something. They could just be doing something, because all the stuff that we've seen in the trailer has always been like the two people on the team destroying the one guy in the middle, right?
Right.
It's synchronized. So I wonder if it's something where you can activate a dual DHC style super for 2 meter, and then they're leaving the other character in with
that would be cool.
With the extra meter burn.
That would definitely
something
be
like that might make a little bit more sense, and it would be kind of cool to be able to just be like, nah, I want to burn 2 of my bars right now to get the extra damage.
Yep.
And swap in this character because I got 3 bars.
That would be interesting. I mean, yeah, that would be very interesting. I just hope they put in more meter. I don't know. Having 3 meters is like...
Dragon Ball's got 7, man.
Yeah!
Give us 5 at least.
Yeah, 7 meters. How crazy is that?
We want to have fun, too.
I see people using, like... Have you seen Nakio's matches? Nakio's matches in Dragon Ball FighterZ is, like, ridiculous. He uses, like, 3 final flashes and, like, 1 in, like, 10 seconds. I'm just like, how are he getting this? Final Flash wastes 3 meters, if you guys don't know. Final Flash is 3 meters, and he uses like 3 of them in like 1 match. It's like, what the heck, dude? Holy crap!
Yeah, in that game, you actually gain meter just by walking forward.
See, like, how cool is that? That's perfect. Just get a ton of meter left and right. Go, go, go.
Like, if you just run at the guy instead of super dashing, you gain meter.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, so there's the meter bar, of course, and then there's also... I don't know if you guys have seen this in the trailer, of course, is where both characters come in and they start to slash at the character, and then they both finish it off with a unison attack. And we're thinking that might be like a universal like tag out combo ender, where you, like, for example, you're playing as Ragna, you do a combo and then you do that universal combo ender, and that actually brings out your second character at the end of that combo. That's just a speculation, but like that would be kind of cool. Like, if you want to be like, okay,
would be cool.
I just want to end the combo right here. Bam, just there's your other character coming out or staying out in that unison attack combo. And that for the most part, that's pretty much it from what I've seen. We still don't have too much. I want to know more. I want more. Yeah. Right now, that's like the biggest concern of this game is like there's not that much footage out there. It's just
I mean, hopefully they get that to us soon. You know, I mean, I feel like ever since last year, like as soon as ArcSys was like, hey man, Evo's actually a really good place to announce stuff, you know, like you could tell like that Bluecross tag battle was further behind in development compared to where Dragon Ball FighterZ is. So I'm hoping that they're just they're taking their time, they're building things out, they're making decisions, they're cleaning things up, and that
I hope
hopefully in the near future, in the next couple months or so, at a minimum, at least by like the holiday season, we should get a huge amount of information. And
I really hope so.
I got my fingers crossed for like a early 2018 closed beta type of thing.
That would be great. Something similar to how they did with Guilty Gear. Like you pre-order and you get the game training mode. That'd be great. But that's something else.
All those hopes and dreams. It's something I'm looking forward to get more information as they keep working on the game, because I think it's going to be really good.
Same.
And it's just going to be a lot of waiting until then.
Oh man, the patience is gonna be real. So just real quick, also, I just want to kind of get your top 3 character. Like, who do you want? Top 3 characters in these 4 games. I don't know if do you know much about Ruby at all?
I've watched a little bit of Ruby,
but you know about it and everything.
I've not enough to like be considered a fan though.
I watched the first season and that's about it. And ever since then, there's tons of other characters that people want, and things have happened that I'm just like, what's going on? I just saw the first season, and they're like up to season 5. So
there's definitely a lot of possibilities there. I think for Ruby, it's going to be interesting because I feel like.
Sorry, I just got cut off for a minute. Okay, keep going,
Raidhyn. What was the last thing you heard me say?
I think it was something about Ruby. With the Ruby characters.
Okay, so hopefully we get all 4. That's all.
That's what I want too.
We need RWBY. We need all of them.
Amen.
We don't want any of them left out.
Yes.
please give us the 4.
Give me my girl.
There's a lot of other cool characters, but please, like, you know, it's great that we're getting Ruby at a minimum.
You need
the
box characters.
That's fantastic. But yeah, we need the box characters. So the one thing I would hate to see is, like, I really don't want to have a game where we have like 16 Blazblue characters, 8 Unil characters, and 2 Ruby characters.
That would
right?
suck.
Like, that's not going to make anybody happy. Like, I can see a world where we have 16 Blazblue characters and say like 8 from Unil and 8 from Ruby. Like, I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that too.
That just has a big ass roster, right?
Yeah.
But it would be terrible if Ruby fans weren't able to get at least the core 4.
I need my girl Vice.
All the other cool characters that show has. I need Vice too. We all need Vice. I love her so much.
But yeah, top 3 characters that you want in Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. Go.
Vice.
Okay.
She needs to be in there.
Okay.
Yuzu that we just talked about.
Yes, I love Yuzu.
She needs to be in there, and then I want my man Hakumen.
You want Hakumen in there? I want him too. I think he'd be a cool character.
I want Tsubaki in there, but honestly, like, I would be okay with just like being able to build a team around Hakumen.
Yeah, I think he just fits the game.
Yeah, and like he was my first main in CT, right? Like after I stopped playing Ragna like everyone else, and I was like, let me find a new character. Like I played Hakumen for the next 2 versions of the game, and I still love the character to death. Love his design, love everything about him. So really hope we see him.
I hope so too. So those are. Do you know our lists are so similar because
who do you want to see?
I'll go with like a few more characters just to differentiate. I definitely want Vice. That's 100%. I want the Vice trailer to happen like very soon so I can freaking blow my load everywhere. I want Mitsuru. I want Mitsuru from Persona 3. I've never played Persona 3, but I played Persona 4 Arena, and that was my character.
And everyone played Mitsuru, even though she was a charge character. Everybody tried.
Everyone tried. Some people succeeded, and some people fell off once Ultimax came out and switched to freaking, what's her name? Margaret? No. Yeah, Margaret. And other Shadow Labyrinth, whatever. But I want Mitsuru really bad. Really, really bad. Of course, like Yuzu was on there, but you know what? I'm going to put Mitsuru in there. And then I would really, really, really want freaking, oh my gosh. I can't say Noelle because I'm pretty sure she's going to be in the game. I can't say her.
We just talked about her.
So yeah, like we just... Like, she's a box character. She's going to be in there regardless. There's no doubt in my mind. If Mori doesn't put Noelle in...
Mori loves Noelle. Well,
Mori
There's
loves
already
Noelle.
8 Noelles
you know what
in
I mean?
Blazblue. Like, of course, one of them is going to get in the tag battle.
Exactly. But if I were to say a third character, I really would love a character like Joker. Like a Persona 5 character. This is... we're not saying realistically, but I would love a Persona 5 character. Most likely Joker, because I want a new character, you know, like of course the Ruby characters are new and might as well just build up and kind of like get ready for Persona 5 Arena, because I hear they're already working on it, or there's something regarding
they bought the website URLs for it like 6 months ago.
So so it's like they have to be working on something, you know what I mean? So might as well use this opportunity to kind of like campaign for Persona 5 Arena, and kind of be like, okay, this is kind of like a little taste, kind of like a little test to see how the Persona 5 characters would fit in a fighting game format. So I think that would be great. I would really, really, really want a Persona 5 character. Will it happen? Probably not, but I still have my hopes up, you know, just, you know, a boy can dream.
I feel like if someone somewhere is secretly working on the Persona 5 Arena game, that what'll end up happening is at a minimum we'd see like Persona 5 DLC characters.
Yeah, that would be great.
For cross tag, you know, like maybe.
Yeah, there's like DLC.
Just tossing out ideas here, but
yeah,
you know.
DLC for Arc System is kind of like scarce in terms of like characters and stuff. They're not as big as, you know, like Capcom and, you know, NetherRealm.
Yeah, the whole system's not built around it.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, they did it with Jubei, so
they did it with Jubei.
You know.
They did it with Mai, with S, all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's possible for sure. But yeah, top 3 characters. So, all right. So let's get into CEOtaku, the major that's happening this weekend as we speak. You're seeing this on Friday. So right now we're going to be going over the pools. My boy Raidhyn, it does have pools, and he's got a pretty killer pool. We're gonna be seeing it, of course, and it's gonna be really, 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 really funny. Whatever.
Yeah, my pool is hilarious.
All right, so let's get right into it. It's pretty funny, I think so. So it's the Blazblue pools that we're gonna be talking about, and we're gonna be making predictions of top 8 and who's gonna be taking the whole thing. So, if you want, we can read this back and forth. I'll go through the left side of the column, and you go through the right side.
Sure. So just to break down the information on this real quick. Go ahead. This is starting on Saturday at noon. Yes. Is when pools will start. Pools for Blazblue end at 8. We've got over 100. There are 166 entrants for Blazblue Central Fictions, which means that they are doing. It's actually the biggest turnout besides Evo this year. We actually beat Combo Breaker numbers
for Blazblue.
So. Yeah.
All right.
Blazblue at Combo Breaker was the biggest tournament besides Evo to date. That had like 134.
Wow.
So the fact that we cleared that for CEOtaku is actually a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider that CEO only had like 74 entrants.
Oh.
It's like double the amount of people who came out and signed up for Blazblue.
That's awesome.
For CEOtaku, which is really dope. So yeah, it's also 3 out because we have that number.
That's right.
Of entrants. So 3 people will get out of each pool, and then they fight quarterfinals, and then we get top 8.
Yeah, because top 16 doesn't exist. It's top 24. And whoever gets out of pools, you're in top 24, which is kind of cool. I kind of like the 3-person getting out. I think that's really nice. They did that at Evo as well, and I like that a lot.
3 out's a really cool system. I really like it.
I'm a fan. Yeah. So let's get anything else before we get into the pools?
That's it.
All right, let's get right into the pools. I'll be dealing with the left side of the column. We'll just do one by one. So in pool and wave B, or like pool B1 basically, I like this pool because I think this got some pretty good killers here. We got all blue. I don't know who that is. I got Base Tuxedo Mask. Base Tuxedo Mask is a really good Kagura player. One of the best in America right now. He's really good. He's a cool guy too. I played him like at Evo. There was a time where like legit the whole Kagura population was in one suite, and if like a bomb were to drop on that in that hotel, like
all
Kagura players would
in the
dissipate.
United States would be gone.
Like we had,
we had that. We had a Tsubaki suite, man. It was
same thing.
Deal.
Same thing.
That's beautiful.
So we got B Meister, and B Meister. You tell me that he plays maybe Hakumen.
I think he plays Hakumen. I could be wrong. I know that I crossed paths with him at Combo Breaker. I'm pretty certain that he was top 24 at Combo Breaker as well.
Okay.
I want to say it was either Hakumen or maybe Izanami. Combo Breaker was kind of a blur for me, so I can't remember everything. Beta Dude's also in this pool, who is like, the Ragna of the U.S.
Beta Dude. So, Beta Dude is probably. I met him at Evo too, and he's a super nice guy. He's so young too. It's crazy how young he is. He's like the best. He is the best Ragna player. One person tried to argue with me and say that Float Water. He's really good, but he's more of an online warrior. He's really, really strong, but he's more playing Jin now. Well, I don't know now because now that the Blaze Green 2.0 patch is out, now that Ragna is really strong now in this new patch. But I still think Beta Dude is just ridiculous. He's so good. He's got that young people reaction.
The young man reaction.
The young man reaction. They got Sea Hill. Not sure who the Sea Hill is. We got Drew Chuck. Drunken Chicken, which is a New York player. He plays mostly like who does he play? I forget now who he plays. Everyone tells me, but I can't remember now. But Drunken Chicken, New York player, pretty cool. Dust XQS, Graph, Infinity, Mechanic Maniac, NC Tenet, Tempest. My boy Raidhyn's in this pool. Damn. He's in this pool.
That's right.
Rowan, I'm not sure. Ruka, I've heard of Ruka, but I don't know who he plays, and I don't know who he is. But I've heard of the name. I have heard of the name. Setnaro X, Sin, The Arm, which is like one of the best Rachel players in America. Top Nep. Top Nep is just a meme. He's literally performing in every game just to say Top Nep to you. That's it. Yachi and Yachi. That's that pool. This pool is it's pretty stacked. You got my boy Raidhyn, and you got Beta Dude and The Arm, And also got Base Tuxedo Mask and Drunken Chicken, which are really, really good. Now, if you can get out of pools right
it's going to be rough.
Oh, man. I want you to get... That would be sweet if you can get out of pools. But...
We'll see.
Definitely 100%, I think Beta Dude and the Arm are going to get out. It's all a toss-up in the air of the third person.
Yeah, the rest of us got to fight it out for that third spot.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah. Yep. Now the second pool.
Oh, man. So I'm not as familiar with a lot of the people in here, so I'm just going to spot out the kind of the standouts.
Okay.
From at least how I see it. First off, we got that guy who is actually a local player here. He plays Naoto.
Naoto, huh? Okay.
He's pretty solid, comes out to all the locals. I'm hoping he gets out of pools, but he's got a rough one because he's got to deal with Mecha Oni, who's the best bullet in the U.S.
Mecha Oni, man.
Mecha Oni, he's got to deal with 482 Saiken, who is basically the Blazblue like godfather of his scene.
Yeah, like, Saiken, didn't he used to play Noel?
Saiken is a Noel player.
Oh, he just is. He is. Okay, he's still playing her.
Cool. He is a Noel player who realized Noel was, as he would describe it, is a shitty character right now, so I got to play somebody else.
Oh, no.
So he is somebody where like he can just pick anyone in the roster and body you.
Really?
Like people like you and me, like he would just be like, I'm gonna go random and just, you know, combo the shit out of you. Like,
wow.
He knows
a lot.
So much about this game. He's a really smart guy, really awesome dude.
I like those people.
One of the leaders of his scene down there in Louisiana. So Saiken is gonna mess up my friend Isaiah. I'm sorry, Isaiah. Sorry, man. And then of course you got SKD in there. SKD, who's like rank 1 US right now.
Everyone knows SKD.
The only man who beat Dogura.
Yeah, right. Well, not
this year.
Not the only one. Not the only one. We
don't count Doza beating him
in
pools.
Because it wasn't.
Don't count that.
What?
So this actually had So it's CEO's thing is a different story, but Dogura in top 8.
Okay.
Dogura in top 8. So I was very excited to see SKD take combo breakers. So
that's good.
Yeah, and then we've got I recognize WooCash, but I can't remember why.
Same here.
I want to say that I've played him online, or that he's somebody I played like against the CEO or something like that.
I've heard of WooCash as well. I'm not 100% sure though.
Yeah, but that pool is going to be pretty nuts. I expect SKD and Saiken to do really well. Mm-hmm. There's also a couple other people here who are like ranked really well that I'm not familiar with, like Mr. 2.
Yeah, I don't know who Mr. 2 is either.
You know, so it's the thing. It's like when you have a tournament this big, everybody's a killer, right?
Yeah.
And with Blazblue, you also have this possibility of like, so here's like this guy coming in from QC, which I think is like Quebec, Canada, right?
Oh,
goes by Airmaster, right? This guy, for all we fucking know, could have been grinding Blazblue for the last like 50 years straight in his basement. Never came out to a major. He doesn't play online because he's in Canada, and he's godlike. He's like a tech monster.
I'm excited
no idea
for that.
Who the fuck. So like that's the thing. Like Blazblue pools are always the scariest because you never know how good
somebody out
is that you're playing
online
against.
Monsters are crazy. You think online monsters are good in Street Fighter 5 or any other game? Like Blazblue online monsters can be ridiculous. Are freaking nuts. But yeah, definitely SKD. Definitely, I think Saiken. I'm voting for Saiken because he's a fellow Noel player, and Mecha Oni. I really want to see like a bullet player leave pools. That would be just the best thing ever.
So good.
That'd be the best thing ever. But yeah, other than that, you never know what can happen. All right, so the next pool is C1. I'll just do the same thing. Don't really know too much. There's some ranked players here like Dollar. Like I just found that really funny. Dollar. That's it.
Dollar, man.
Dollar.
he's a Dara fan.
Other than that, we have, and this pool is not really too big other than Galileo, as in Evo Champion 2014 Galileo. So, so Lychee play.
And don't count out my boy Scrot Vermillion. He's in this pool
Vermillion.
Too. He's actually the guy who knocked me out at CEO this year. He plays Lambda.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Interesting.
Like, I cannot beat this man.
Scrot Vermillion.
I just can't.
He's a Lambda player though.
I just can't. He makes the character good. I don't know.
That's awesome. You know what's really funny? I tune into some Japanese channels and I see a Lambda player there and they just wreck house for some weird reason. I'm like, is this something that I'm missing here?
Yeah, it's because she's got options and choices that you don't think she has, and then she messes you up.
And then you messes you up.
matchup. Yep.
For some reason, like that's a character that I always see winning in like Japanese arcades. I'm like, am I missing that? That's probably it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Other than that, Death Stranding, like the actual Kojima video game, is gonna be in this pool. So if any of you guys are attending, or Raidhyn, please tell him when he's coming out. So there's that. Ghost of Trinity. Other than that, there's really not too many people that I know of here. I don't know if you know anybody else other than Scott Vermillion. This seems like a pretty free pool to Galileo. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that one doesn't look too bad. The next one up, Pool C2. This one is basically going to come down to Milk Kaicho, who is, if the ARM didn't exist, Milk would be the best. Rachel US, I feel like they kind of go back and forth with results.
He plays like everybody, doesn't he? Like a lot of female characters.
He's very knowledgeable about a lot of different characters. All the tournaments I've seen him at this year, he's been playing Rachel. It's really good.
Wow.
You've got, of course, then the other side of that is Tectal Eastside. He plays Mew 12.
Yeah.
And this man.
Tectal is like, there's two very prominent Mew 12 players, and that's Nemesis and Tectal. And they both play very differently. Tectal's more of a more rush down heavy, using his normals more than his lasers. Nemesis has a bunch of calculated things going through his head. Have you seen that gif with like Jonah Hill or whatever his name, or Zach Galifianakis, and it's just like numbers and everything like that? That's like his that's like his brain. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I've fought Tactile Eastside. This man, I have played hundreds of matches with him. I've only won a handful. So
he's really good.
Yeah, he's really good. I think him and Milk are pretty much a lock to get out of pools.
Okay.
As far as other notables in here, I think you've got Dacid Bro in here. I don't know how actively he's been playing the game, but he's definitely somebody to take note of. And then my buddy Nearly Fatal is in here as well. He's recently moved over to Blazblue. He used to be a Guilty Gear player, and I converted him because Blazblue is dope.
Him. Nice.
Yeah.
What does he play?
Like, yo, you should get on this Blazblue shit right now. He started off with Mai, and then he saw the light and moved off Mai because mashing is bad.
Oh boy.
He's actually been playing Bullet lately, and
I love it.
That's Bullet's good in this version, man, and she's a freaking dope character. The only reason I don't play Bullet is because I can't handle crouch confirms. I'm too old to think that hard.
Crouch confirms, dude.
I know. Just play Jubei. I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that pool is going to be really good. Next up, we got Pool D1. And
in that pool, there's Serpent. There's a few characters, or a few players that I know. I don't know if you know of Abigan. Do you know Abigan at all?
No.
Abigan is a Marvel god. He used to play She-Hulk. And he was like, literally anybody who saw Abigan playing Marvel, everybody was just gathered around. Because he was the craziest She-Hulk anchor main that you will ever see in your life. So
I like it.
Abigan's really good. He plays Guilty Gear.
Oh, snap. How did I miss Isarapia?
Who?
Isarapia. He's like...
Oh, okay.
He's the Australian who now lives in California Tager player.
Okay.
He's godlike.
Okay.
So we got a Tager in that pool.
Oh, him. Okay. I see him. Isarapia. Oh, he's a Tager player. So we got a Tager player. Sick. And then there's also Mindless DP. I've seen Mindless DP somewhere. I just cannot remember where I've seen him. Master Crash MD. He's actually a streamer. He used to play Noel. I think he's from the Maryland scene. And there's a bunch of players over there as well. That I've seen a whole bunch of stuff. I think they had a tournament. I'm not sure if I'm thinking of the right person, but they had like SKD out to one of their tournaments, and there's like Matt Coma and a bunch of other players over there too. So there's that, and there's also Serpent. Serpent's another one of the Kagura players that's there. Oh god, yeah, another Kagura player.
More giant swords.
I know, more giant swords, right? And then Vandal. If I'm thinking of the same Vandal was the same guy. I don't know if you saw Evil Pools, but he was on main stage. He's a Bullet player. And I think he faced a Mai player, and he's a really good Bullet player. So
nice.
So that's that. Wave D. So the next pool, of course, there is I don't know who the Joker is, but he sounds super familiar to me, to be honest.
So the Joker is a guy who he's actually on Twitter. He talks to both of us. That's where we know his name.
Oh, probably. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's probably it.
Yeah, he's from Florida. I met him at CEO this year. He was playing Kokonoe at the time, and he was really good.
Okay.
Setups for days.
All right. I like it. And then there's Eshi, the Amane, the Amane player. Sorry, I just had a reflex. So Eshi.
I
so
follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, of course, Eshi, Amane player. So and there's also Kizzy, the legendary, the kid, the boy, the used to be Shook Knight, Kizzy
the
K,
man himself,
the man of the hour. Of course, there's that. Red Blade. I hear Red Blade is really good. I'm not sure who he plays, but he's really good from what people tell me. I think people told me Hakumen. I'm not sure.
Nice.
There's that, and Yuri. Yuri's a really good Lychee player. Super good. Like, he's one of the originals. Like, he's been playing Lychee since CT days, and he's really, really good. He's coming up with Lychee tech a lot. So he's really good there. And that's pretty much it for what I know. Of course, Kizzy's going to get out. Eshi's going to get out. And the third one is up in the air.
That'll be good. I do have to shout out my boy Second State. This man plays Noel, so you should like him. And also, he was the first Blazblue friend I ever made at my first major.
Really?
Like, went out to Winter Brawl. There was only 14 people who signed up for Blazblue. I fought 2 Noels in a row. I bodied the first one, and then I lost to Scott to Second State, and I was like, oh my god. And then we just started talking and hanging out. We've been buddies ever since.
That's awesome. Sweet. More Noel players, the better. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? Sick. All right, so let's see. This pool D2. This one is this one's.
Is it? This one's. This is a rough pool. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is rough. So we've got more 4A2 folks hanging out. Gerald's in this one. Atomic Oreo. Callisto.
I do know Callisto.
BC Callisto himself. Yeah. He's gonna be. He's participating in this one.
That's awesome.
We've got KPB Dark KV. I actually fought this guy at CEO. He plays Izayoi.
Who is that?
You know, which is always rough. Dark KV.
Who does he play?
He's a guy from Kick Punch Block. He plays Izayoi.
Izayoi.
Yep, it's pretty solid. Then we got Snek, who I cannot remember why.
DGF. Dark Gravity Flames.
That's
very good Terami player. One of the best. He's coming up with Terami tech left and right. He's got a YouTube channel. He's one of like the content creators as well for like the Terami side and Hazama side. Like, he's really good. He's very, very strong. So
this pool belongs to Grover.
Of course. You got to give it to Grover. That man is crazy.
Let me tell you about the time that I fought Grover.
Oh boy.
In casuals at CEO this year.
Let me see him.
I was like, "Hello, Grover. May I play a match with you?" And he said, "Why, yes, I would love to body you. Please sit down."
Oh!
And I sat down, and I'm making this up, but this is how it goes in my mind, you know. So I sit down and I play with him, and as he is pressuring me to infinity with Carl in the corner, I look over at him, still blocking. And he turns to me while continuing to pressure me and just says, "Yes, this is my character."
Did he actually say that, or did he say that with his eyes?
He pretty much, I can't remember if he said, "This is my character. I know it's crazy," or like, "Yeah, this is how Carl goes. I'm sorry." Carl. But he said something along those lines, and I just remember it like, oh my god, like the man was fully aware of how busted his character is and just loves it.
Grover is an excellent player.
He's an excellent player. He's really, really good. He's a nice guy. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's getting out of this pool.
He's definitely getting out. He's one of the one of the Americans that got farthest at Evo. Right next to, I think it was Zong and who else was Jonah. Like those are the 3 people that made it the farthest in Evo.
I believe it. Grover's just an incredibly solid player.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. Havoc Noah's in here as well. He plays 9.
Yep.
He's a very strong Guilty Gear player as well.
He's super good.
I don't know how much he's been keeping up with the changes and stuff since CF2. So that could have some bearing on how he does.
Yeah, he's a Guilty Gear player, like period. But he's good.
But 9 is just is good. So
it's just good in general.
My boy Natural Killer's in here.
Natural Killer.
He's in here, so he's got to do it for the Bullet Crew. It's gotta happen.
Natural Killer. If you guys don't know who Natural Killer is, don't you worry. We know who he is. And if he's watching this, he knows that he's smiling. I can just picture his face just smiling right now.
He's smiling right now. He's like, "I don't feel salty. I will after I play a match, but I'm good right now."
Exactly.
It's good stuff. So Giozua is also in this pool. I can't remember why I know that name, but I know that I do. Sudaki player is in here, who's another Subaki. He's actually he was a guy who used to be part of the Atlanta scene before he moved further south.
I see.
when I was first picking up the character, I played against him, and he actually showed me a bunch of stuff.
Oh, nice. So he's one of your old mentors. Nice.
Yeah, so hopefully he does pretty well. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, this pool is definitely. I think Grover is definitely get out. I think Havoc Noah's got a really good shot at getting out. You know, he tends to get out of pools. After that, it's going to be a pretty close race.
Yeah, and then there's also in this pool, there's Jay Joshua. I don't know if you know him, but he's a big streamer. He's probably going to be one of the... He used to be like the go-to anime fighting game streamer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so he's in this pool. He plays Jin for some... Well, he likes that character, I guess. My most recent memory of Jay Joshua was like last EVO 2016. We were at the Twitch after party, and I just see this man like downing 7 Coke and rums, and he spills the 8th one, and I don't know.
Beautiful.
I don't know what happened to him after that. It was pretty funny. That's like my memory of Jay Joshua. But anyways, there's that, and there's also Richter. I don't know if you know who Richter is. Richter is a freaking crazy Bang player as well. He's one of the few.
Oh,
yeah, he's one of the Bang players that that Unity. Like Richter. Greek Angel. Like Dora, and there's like Richter's one of them too. He's really solid. He's really good, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, and 100%. Havoc Noah, Grover are probably gonna get out for sure, and I don't know who. Yeah, Poch P. I'm not sure who that is, but
he's ranked well.
He's ranked well, so who knows? But I'm not 100% sure.
You gotta see. I mean, sometimes that means you're part of a small community and you always come in third.
Yeah.
Sometimes that means that you're a freaking warrior. So
warrior, exactly. All right, so the next one we have Wavy, and that's we have Blue, and Blue is somebody who participates in the Anti-Clash tournaments. It's an online tournament. Blue, he's an alto player. He's really solid. There's also Chaotic Games. Chaotic Games is an Azrael player, online warrior as well. Dolphy, freaking really good Valkenheim player, really strong. There's also DWB, who's a really good S player as well. I'm rooting for him because S players, there's very scarce in America. Let's see, Kizzer.
You gotta keep them close.
Yes,
you have to protect their smile.
Feed him the pudding. So, and then there's Kizzer Crate. Kizzer, he's a really strong Guilty Gear player. That's where I know him from. So I didn't know he actually played Blazblue. But I guess if you play Guilty Gear, you play somewhat. You play Blazblue, I guess.
There's always a crossover.
Yeah, somehow. Kizzer, I think you said he plays Jin, I think, or he plays.
Yeah, I believe so.
Or yeah,
I believe he plays Jin.
Okay, and there's also Lich. Legendary player from I think New York or somewhere up there.
From New Jersey.
New Jersey.
He's,
okay.
He was the last year at CEOtaku. He made top 8.
Yeah.
And he got there with Hibiki, which was really cool to see. He was a brand new character at the time.
Yeah.
And then since then he's kind of moved off Hibiki to play Relius in the matchups where Hibiki.
That's
struggles.
where I know him from. I know him most for Relish. So.
Yep.
So Relius.
Yeah, I expect him to do really well.
Yeah, I expect him to get out of pools at least for sure. He's really good. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of players here that are online warriors and they're pretty strong. But Lich definitely I think is just getting out because he's just really overall solid.
Also a very nice guy. That is part of what I love about the Blazblue community, man.
They're very nice.
Once you go meet like a lot of these guys in person, like they're all just fucking great people.
That's awesome. See, I like that too. I met a lot of people at Evo and they're also super nice. Let's see. Who else? We got my boy Shinku. I don't know if you know Shinku Hunter, but he is from Texas. He is, training partners with like Faulty Defense and Milk Kaicho and Beta Dude. Nice. He's a Rachel player, and this dude actually got second place at Texas Showdown in Blazblue next to Kizzy K. So he beat like a bunch of people. Yeah, he's a really good, like he's a mod in my stream, and he's an awesome dude. He plays Rachel. Nice. He's freaking really good. Like holy crap. So he plays mostly like Guilty Gear now. He plays Dizzy and Guilty Gear, but for the most part, like that's Blazblue's his roots. Rachel's his main. One of those.
I like it.
Other than that, I really don't know anybody else. I don't know if you are seeing anybody here.
The one other notable for me is Skeletal Minion. He's another guy from the Atlanta scene. He hasn't been very active over the last several months. He kind of took a break. Leading up to Evo, he was like, just had some stuff going on. Was like, I'm going to go to Evo and then, kind of decide if I'm going to keep up with everything or not. He did decide to get back into it.
Awesome.
So this is his first tournament out since Evo. He's a really strong Hakumen player. Really cool dude. So I'm excited that he's going to be here. And
Hakumen, huh?
Nice. He's got a rough pool, but he's a solid player. He's been at this a long time. He won at, I think it was Guilty Gear plus R.
Guilty Gear.
He won
plus
that
R,
tournament.
huh?
He won that tournament at Evo, the plus R side tournament.
Oh
so
yeah. Plus
he
R.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows.
So
he's got experience.
It's gonna be good.
Oh, and then another one that I actually like. I don't know who this is, but I can't ignore it. I can't ignore anybody with the surname of R Kappa. So anybody that's R Kappa and coming from Japan has to be good. I don't know who R Kappa Kadako is, but
Kadako.
I don't know who he is. I don't know who he plays, but I'm gonna look for him in the brackets.
Yeah, I know. I remember Kappa had a lot of confusion with. They decided they were like, "Hey guys, let's sponsor anime this year.
Yeah,
Street Fighter sucks."
Yeah, exactly.
So they were actually trying to work with a bunch of different players, and Kadako is one of the other players that they are sending alongside of Dora
Bang
to CEOtaku. From what I understand, Kadako largely is. I want to say actually maybe he was here last year because they're saying he's a May player. I know last year a Japanese May player won Guilty Gear.
Wow.
So I'm thinking that they sent him over there for Guilty Gear.
But he's
he's primarily a Guilty Gear player, but it's Japanany's fighting game players. It's super likely that they're actually
really
good at Blazblue.
Yeah. So anyways, anybody from Japan
lots of sympathy.
And R Kappa definitely got it on the map. Anyways, next pool.
Yep. All right, so this is the one where Dora lurks.
Dora
is hiding in this pool alongside all these other really good players. So it's going to be really funny because Dora is in this pool with Doza, who is one of my favorite people. Doza, for all of you who don't know Doza by name, is the guy who popped off like a maniac after he realized that he beat Dogger earlier this year.
The legendary
Doza. This man is like a meme per minute. He's amazing. He has the most beautiful facial expressions I've ever seen. He's the nicest fucking guy.
I love his Twitter, by the way.
He is, he's fantastic, man. And he's a good friend of mine. He was actually another very early friend that I made at majors when I first started going a few years ago. So
that's awesome.
Really good stuff. I'm really excited for him. I hope he makes out a pool.
I hope so too.
Also in here with Ebonic Play.
Ebonic.
You guys might recognize. He's a commentator for Blazblue. He also plays an incredibly mean Azrael.
Yeah, he don't sleep on Ebonic.
Disturbingly good. You can't sleep on this guy. In this pool, you also got to deal with Hotashi. Now Hotashi is primarily a gear player, but he's here for Blazblue. He's shown his.
He's really good.
So, that could be good. Let's see. There's also Shitkin down here at the bottom.
Shitkin.
SHTKN. He's actually one of the old school Dust Loop peoples.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So he's been around for a minute. I don't know how actively he's been playing Blazblue, but definitely somebody to watch. Let's see who else.
Nice. And
yes, and then this is the other important one. Netherstar Knight is my son.
Netherstar Knight is Raidhyn's son. Everybody, watch out for that name. He's gonna kill people.
He's 10. He loves fighting games. He won't let me teach him anything because dads are stupid and
He won't let you teach him?
Dad.
What?
I tried him. I'm like, Mikey, do you want me to teach you a combo? He's like, no, Dad, I don't need them to beat you. And so he's a bit of a button masher, but I've seen him take frowns off of people because they look at him and they're like, who's this small ass white kid over here trying to do some shit? Man, you don't fucking play motherfucking fighting games.
I love it.
Man, fun. And then they sit down and he's blocking all the mix-ups and stuff because he has to fight me all the time, so his blocks are on point.
That's awesome.
And then they get hit, and then the fear of God gets put into them because they're like, if I lose to this small ass kid,
the fear of God. I love it.
How will I live with myself? So it's gonna be good. My family's coming down with me for CEOtaku, so Mikey's gonna be fighting in this pool. It's gonna be really funny.
It's gonna be. That sounds awesome. Actually,
I can't wait to watch. So that's gonna be going on. That's the last pool of the day. It's gonna be good.
I hope we get a meme out of this somehow, some way. If there's a God, I want there to be a meme of your son Netherstar Knight beating somebody.
Dude, maybe Mikey fights Doza.
That would be amazing. You know how funny that would be? I would love that forever.
It would be so good.
Doza would just look at him and be like, you serious? Is this your son?
But the problem is, like, Doza would know. He'd be like, oh, you Raidhyn's kid? Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Gotta get serious real quick.
But 100%.
I don't get taken by surprise.
100% Doza and Dora are going to make it out, I think. Now, there's another name that kind of, like, is lurking here that I'm not sure who he is, but he's probably really good. That's Burst Burglar. Anybody with that name, I think I've heard of this guy because I know that name. I think I've said I like this name more than once before, and I think Burst Burglar is that name. So I'm not sure. I could be like wrong, but I think he might be a 9 player. I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. But anyways, Burst Burglar, can't sleep on him. He's got points, and he seems pretty strong. Doza, Dora, 100%. Ebonic might get out. Who knows? Hotashi is freaking just a beast in general. You got to watch out for him.
I mean, it's not uncommon, man. The commentators we got for this game are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the only commentator that, like, Blazblue has that doesn't sign up is Nobody EXE.
Yeah, nobody.
He takes the commentary, like, so seriously that he wants to watch every pool and be on the floor and, like, take notes and talk with competitors. Like, yeah, like he's on point with that stuff. He's like, yeah, I would play, but I'd rather, do this.
Do his homework.
It's good stuff.
That's awesome. And well, there's also, like, we got some freaking huge killers as commentators. But yeah. That's pretty much that. Now, just a quick predictions as to who the top 8 is. And I know you've been writing down, just studying.
I got notes.
Who do you have as your top 8?
All right, so I think without a doubt, the top 5.
The top 5. Okay.
The top 5, we're going to see SKD.
Okay.
We're going to see Dora. We're going to see Kizzy K, Grover, and Beta Dude. I'm
100% positive.
Confident.
Like you're betting the house.
100%. Like if you want to, like, bet like a case of beer on this, I'm happy.
Okay, sweet.
Because I'm pretty confident in those guys making it to top 8.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I think beyond that, now that we know about, let me make sure that I pronounce Kodaku.
Yeah.
Now that we know Kodaku's there, I think that he is definitely in the mix. I think that the ARM, Tectal East Side, Milk Kaicho, Doza, and Lich are all also very, very high up there. We're definitely going to see them in quarterfinals, and that's where, like, the really close quarterfinal matches are going to come in. And a lot of that's going to come down to just how the brackets look. Like if it turns out that when the shuffle happens between that, that 3-out pile and Doza's got to fight Milk Kaicho early, only one of them is going to get to top 8.
Yep.
So a lot of it's going to come down to how those brackets play out. And I'm really excited. To me, this has been the Blazblue event I've been looking forward to for the whole year. Like, I know we got it at EVO this year, and that was really exciting. But, like, ever since CEOtaku last year, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, because
I've been waiting for this to come back.
The game's more fleshed out. There's been a patch. A lot more has been going down to the game. Yeah, so I can see how that's super, super exciting.
It's going to be really good.
I'm very excited for it too. But my top 8 looks very similar to yours. Of course, SKD, Kizzy, Dora. What are the other 2 again that you said? Grover, of course.
Beta Dude.
Yeah, and then Beta Dude. 100%. I'm betting the house too, man. I'm pretty sure they're all gonna put it in. But we also have, like, Milk Kaicho. I also got my boy Shinku. Like, there's also like Doza, of course. There's a bunch of other killers in here who knows? All they need is one match, or like 2 matches. That's it. It's a 2 out of 3. That's all they need to actually advance through. So anything can really happen. So there could be upsets. If there is an upset with those 5, I'm going to be surprised. That's where I'm going to be shocked.
Yeah, I would be too.
But for the most part, like, the other 3, they're up in the air. Who knows? Maybe Galileo. Like, Galileo's been playing, I hear. From what I hear, the story with Galileo after EVO 2014 is that he quit Blazblue. Like, he broke his arcade card. And he said, I'm done. And then recently, he's just, like, a couple months before EVO, he started playing again. And he's not as good as he was before, of course. But, who knows? Maybe he's been grinding it out.
I mean, if he's having fun, that's the important thing.
Yeah, right?
Like,
he's having fun.
I always respect people who are willing to, like, step back and just be like, you know what? I need to do some other stuff.
Take it easy, yeah. Exactly.
And when they come back, it usually means that they found something again that made it fun.
Exactly.
You know, because there's so much pressure when you're like a champion or you're a top 8 player, you know, like there's so much pressure you feel all the time. So if he's able to come back and just have fun competing again, like I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super. I can't wait for this event. I'm really excited. I'm excited. So, anyways, yeah, that's pretty much CEOtaku, and that's pretty much it. We're about an hour 20 into this, so we pretty much covered all the bases and everything like that. It's been freaking fun. Actually, I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought. Just going over.
It's like, oh, actually, you're not terrible to spend time with.
I know, right? Surprised. This is actually really cool. I love it. So
it's good stuff, man.
Funny how this happens. Good stuff. So, anyways, this has been fun. This is the Cauldron. This is the new show that's gonna be happening. You know, we're gonna be playing it by ear. If anything new comes out, we're gonna be back bringing you some news and stuff and our thoughts. And we're also thinking about bringing in like players for player interviews. If you guys want to see any like players, we'll try to contact them and try our best to get them onto the Cauldron. We're also going to try and, you know, just bring you some cool stuff. Maybe just us, just shit talking some days and everything. It'll be kind of fun, making fun of some things and just looking at.
Well, you know, we'll play it by ear.
We'll play it by ear.
All those kind of
exactly.
things.
So, anyways, yeah. If you guys don't know, I've been joined by my good friend Raidhyn. Awesome dude. Follow him on Twitter. He's got a lot of things Blazblue oriented over on his Twitter and on his channel as well. Link, everything is in the description. Everything is good to go. So you got all your resources are going to be in the description. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Koefficient. That's it. Yeah. So, yeah. Anything else you want to say, Raidhyn, before we sign off?
No, man. I'm just glad that we're starting this. Thank you for doing this with me. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about all the stuff that's happening with anime fighting games in general. I'm excited about all the enthusiasm we like maintained throughout the year with Blazblue. You know, it's just more people are getting into it instead of it getting smaller, which is something that just isn't always true of fighting games. And I think that's something that's just awesome and speaks loads to like the community and all the streamers we have, like yourself. So I'm just excited to be doing stuff. Yeah.
So where can they find you at?
So you can find me anywhere on the internet at Raidhyn. It's the weird spelling, Raidhyn. If you Google it, that's me. Please don't look at my old DeviantArt stuff, as that no longer exists. And yeah,
DeviantArt though. YouTube. Hold on a minute. DeviantArt used to be an artist. All right.
I'm an old ass man, and I have done a little bit of everything.
I like it.
So, but yeah, you can find me at Raidhyn pretty much anywhere.
All right, and then you can pretty much find me either on this channel or on twitch.tv/Koefficient or at the Koefficient on Twitter, wherever you guys would like. Of course, any questions you want to ask us, any recommendations, just hit us up on Twitter. We'll be there to answer any questions, really. So anyways, guys, we're going to be signing off. I appreciate everybody clicking on the video. We're going to be bringing you more. We're playing it by ear. And yeah, check out Raidhyn. We'll see you guys later, my boys.
See you next time.
Peace out.
Peace.